The history here at Fort Phantom Hill is so rich that I could devote a whole podcast just to this topic. Today I'll discuss a few of the highlights before you all think you clicked on the History channel. We will include the entire historical timeline in the comments for those who are history nerds just like us. In the 1500s, Spanish explorers were pushing north out of Mexico, chasing stories of wealthy cities said to be filled with gold, turquoise, and precious goods. Francisco Vasquez de Coronado led one of the most famous of these expeditions from 1540 to 1542, searching for the legendary Seven Cities of Gold. But sadly, Coronado was looking for something that did not exist in the way the Spanish imagined it. The cities of gold were built on rumor, misunderstandings, and the colonial hunger for wealth. Through the 16 and 1700s, the area around present-day Abilene was occupied by native peoples, including the Comanche and other Plains tribes. By 1821, Mexico had gained independence from Spain, and Texas was to become a part of Mexico. In 1845, Texas joined the United States as the 28th state. Westward migration exploded, and the need for military protection along the frontier became urgent. Then came the California Gold Rush of 1849. Thousands of people began moving through Texas, heading west in search of fortune. In response, the U.S. Army started building a chain of frontier forts. And on November 14, 1851, Fort Phantom Hill was born. Fun fact of the day, folks. By 1852, construction was complete. Stone buildings, chimneys, warehouses, officers' quarters, and even military facilities stood across the harsh Texas landscape. But life here was not easy. By 1853, the fort reached its peak, but it was already struggling. The water supply was poor, disease was spreading, and the weather was brutal. In addition, isolation weighed heavily on the soldiers stationed here. In 1854, the U.S. Army abandoned Fort Phantom Hill. Soon after, fire destroyed most of the wooden buildings. What survived were the stone structures, the foundations, and the chimneys, the same ruins that still stand today. In 1858, Fort Phantom Hill became a station on the Butterfield Overland Mail Route, carrying people and messages between the eastern United States and California. Then in 1861, the Civil War began. The Butterfield route left Texas, and Confederate frontier troops occupied the abandoned fort. In 1865, the war was over. Confederate forces surrendered, and federal troops eventually returned to Texas. By 1875, the military permanently abandoned Fort Phantom Hill, but once again, the people came back. In the late 1870s, a settlement grew around the ruins. Buffalo hunters, ranchers, travelers, and families all passed through or made their homes near what was left of the fort. By 1880, more than 500 people lived at the fort. The town had businesses, a hotel, and even briefly served as the Jones County seat. But by 1890, the railroads bypassed the settlement. Without the railroad, the town began to fade. September 14, 1974, the hill was added to the National Register of Historic Places. And by 1997, ownership was transferred to the Fort Phantom Foundation to ensure long-term preservation. Today, Fort Phantom Hill is one of the best preserved frontier military ruins in Texas. But for many who visit, the history is not the only thing that lingers here. This place has seen soldiers, settlers, native peoples, war, fire, death, abandonment, and rebirth. Join us as Dead Serious Investigations explores what may still remain here at Fort Phantom Hill. Hey everyone, it's me and
Jaden, what's up?
We're here at Fort Phantom Hill.
Yeah.
It's really sunny out, so sorry. We were like blinded by the light.
Very bright.
All right, so we are here and we just wanted to take a look around and enjoy some of the history that Texas has to provide and see what's here. See if anything wants to communicate.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. All right, so for all of you to be aware, we need to be careful of rattlesnakes. No metal detectors and no climbing on the structures. I think that will be okay. Jaden, do you plan to climb on any structures?
No, but I think this should be easy enough to follow.
All right. And away we go. First, let's check out this building right here. Oh, there's a beautiful yellow butterfly. Wonder how far back this goes. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go check out this building right here. There's a few chimneys over here still. It's interesting. So there was a fire that came through here. So what you see is what's left after the fire. So we basically just have the chimneys and then a couple of the structures.
Shall I set up the REM pod?
Yeah, let's do that. Shall we kick this door carefully? Oh, it's just a lizard. Just a lizard, folks.
I don't want to break anything.
Yeah, it's okay. I thought maybe we could go inside, but maybe not. In the early days when folks were migrating from the East Coast to the West Coast, hello, welcome. There was a military that was set up here to assist the individuals moving to California. That was only here for about 3 years though, interestingly enough. This was also a site for the Confederate soldiers. And after that, it became, I believe, a mailing annex for a few years, and then just a settlement. So why don't we ask some questions? Jaden, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
Well, are there any soldiers or people that died here trapped here?
I know this is not a favorite place, I'm sure to many, because it was a Confederate camp.
Yeah.
Were there individuals that were enslaved here against their will? If there were, can you please touch the REM pod? If there's anyone here with us, any spirit that would like to come forward, you're welcome to touch the REM pod. We'd love to communicate with you. All right, so this was the commanding officer's quarters here. You can see one chimney over here where a house would have stood, and then another here. We're just walking really slowly because we want to be careful of any snakes that might be here. There's also big, huge grasshoppers. Do you see something?
No, I thought I heard something.
Yeah, I think I don't know. We're just being really careful. If you come out here, definitely wear your snake garters. I will definitely have those in the car from now on if we're going to come to locations like this outside. You can see what looks like the remnants of a wagon. And it really is a peaceful area. Let's go down here.
lizard friend. Looks like there's some stones over here.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. All that's left are these chimneys.
Yeah.
Built way back in the 1800s. I mean, really is very neat to see. And you can see like the outline where the stone is around here. These homes were not very big. I mean, it looks like it was like the size of what, our living room?
Yeah.
This is the adjunct office and reading room, which used to be over here. That kind of actually makes a little more sense as to why, I mean, the space really isn't that big. It looks like the entrance is over here to the right. Could you imagine reading next to a wonderful open fire flame? They're like, well, we would have traded that for electricity, but
What do you think? We think we should go to the wagon or the cannon?
oh, for sure the cannon! Are you kidding? Cheatin', why didn't you say anything about the cannon? Of course! To the cannon! I feel like Monty Python in that movie where it's like they're using the coconut shells to make it sound like the horse hooves.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I definitely think that we should put the REM pod on the cannon. Okay, Jaden is setting up the REM pod on the cannon to see if we can get anything to come through. All right. Hello. Thank you. Are there any spirits that would like to come forward and speak with us?
Maybe people who've used this cannon?
Ooh, yeah. Is anyone still around that used this cannon? That used to live here on this land? So one of the things that I read in the history is that although they would not allow African Americans to join the military, they did bring them along to help with the cooking and the cleaning, really a lot of the grunt work, because they were still in a place where they could definitely been fired upon. Are there any individuals here who lost their lives? Are there any Caddo Native Americans that were here? If there are, you can touch the REM pod right over here. You can make it light up, make noise.
You hear that?
I do. I feel like it's like the flapping of the wings of something. I'm just going to tell myself that's what it is instead of, you know, rattlesnakes coming for us. Okay. Well, I think this would be a good opportunity to do an EVP session. So give me a moment. We are on top of the cannon. When was Fort Phantom Hill built? Why was the fort originally created? Who lived and worked here? End of session. If there is anyone here that is tied to the land or to these buildings, can you please come forward and either touch the REM pod or speak into the recorder? There's another car going by. See, we are like right next to the main road, unfortunately. All right. My name is Cassandra. Can you tell me what your name is? Is there anything you would like to tell us? Why are you still here? End of recording. All right, y'all, it is so hot out here and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Jaden already went back to the car because neither of us do very well in the heat. I just wanted to see if there was anything that respectfully wanted to come through and maybe communicate with us. And we'll have to see what comes through on the EVPs. But for now, I think we'll close this out. I feel honored that we were able to come here and enjoy, I don't want to say enjoy, just to be able to soak in some of the history from this land. I know it wasn't all positive, but that's important, right? Like, we need to remember the good parts of history along with the negative parts so that we don't repeat it again. So I appreciate you all for coming along on this short journey with us, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, toodles. Tell these folks, you don't have to sit up. How long did you say you were gonna wait for me to be out here before you came looking for me?
Probably like 25 minutes, but I did go over there and look. I just didn't see you. I was gonna wait a little bit longer before I went.
Okay, he's a good kid. I'll keep him.